Barchettas for a long time. I am one with nature. This is meant to be driven with the top down. What's up everybody and good morning. Hey, let me walk you through kind of what we have in the garage really quick before I introduce you to the newest member of the team, okay? So you guys are familiar with my Vitesse. In fact, I don't think we've even done like a Vitesse video. Have we done a Vitesse video?
Not still, like an official video.
Like the coolest car maybe that I've ever owned, and we haven't even done like a traditional video on it. But nonetheless, Bugatti Veyron, Grand Sport, Vitesse, based on the Super Sport, right? So this guy's in here right now. Have my white 918, my 1,000 horsepower Turbo S, which has recently been joined. It's not in the garage right now, but by another 1,000 horsepower plus Lamborghini Storado, which is going to be unbelievable. Excited to drive that car. Paul Walker car, obviously still here. That's never leaving ever. My Mini Cooper. Hey, for everybody listening, if you want to have like a really good time on a budget with a car, the Mini Cooper, John Cooper Works Mini Coopers, I mean, you can get them for under 20 grand. You will have 95% of the fun that I have in these multi-million dollar hypercars. I'm not even kidding. Get it in a manual transmission. It pops, it burbles, it absolutely rips. It's like you're on rails. I love that Mini Cooper. And then of course the Huayra. Now, here's the thing folks, this Huayra in the next 2 weeks is going back for some serious upgrades, and we're gonna be the ones to share those upgrades with you. It's going back to Pagani. Pagani has an entire Tempesta kit ready to be installed on this car. Absolutely unbelievable. Really excited for that car. And then of course, this car just came back from Envision. Dusty, my guy, spent a ton of time. You cannot find a single swirl mark on this entire car. This is a 2001 Ferrari 550 Barchetta. Taste, I'm not actually sure it's a 2001.
It is a 2001.
Okay, what I love about this car, so I'm a sucker for Roadster-esque kind of cars. In fact, I think what I love about these Roadster cars, and when you look around the garage, you're like, okay, what kind of car does Ron like? Look at the Pagani over here, okay? Same kind of style, like you've got the air intakes behind the passenger and driver's seat, the roll hoops. Why don't we come over here? Look at this, the Bugatti Vitesse, okay? Air intakes, this whole open top concept. What? Follow me back to the 918, guys. These are design features that I absolutely love. I mean, look, kind of a similar thing, right? Intake, exhaust. The exhaust on the 918 sits less than 2 feet from your dome. Talk about some really cool noises. And so when I look at some of my absolutely favorite cars over time, this 2001 Ferrari 550 Barchetta fits that bill. It is open top. This is meant to be driven with the top down. This car comes with a really terrible roof, so this car will exclusively be driven with the top off, okay? Because this is a top down kind of vehicle. And I love those top down kind of vehicles. They're so fun, wind through the hair. The reason why I like my Vitesse more than my Chiron Sport is because you can actually hear what's happening right behind you. A 16-cylinder, 4-turbo, those enlarged intakes. I think they're like 30% larger than a standard Veyron. This is why I dislike electric cars, because there's no emotion, there's no feeling, there's no noise. Even though every hypercar eventually will go electric because you just can't compete performance-wise, I would prefer to row the gears on this 2001 Ferrari 550 Barchetta.
Oh, I'll get that. The GoPro just fell off.
That's unlocked. I'll open it up. Close that. Okay, ready?
There you go.
We're gonna try it again.
All right.
Honking at the mother-in-law. Look at this. Carbon fiber even has like come a long way. Like in 2001, all this carbon fiber was like a novelty, right? Like they didn't make full cars out of carbon. It was almost like just like dressing on the salad, right? Like it was just like additional design features. Now carbon actually forms the basis of so many of these cars, but you'll notice like this one, and this is a low mileage car that's been stored inside all its entire life. Like the shift knob is like yellowing, right? I'm never gonna replace that because it's literally like patina for the car. But I just think it's interesting, like carbon fiber in that entire process has come a long way. Ready, here we go. Take the turn. The V12, how much horsepower does this thing have?
That's a great question.
500?
I would guess 500.
I think it's 500.
Should we look it up?
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
Nice one.
Thanks, Dad. Hey, tell your wife to drive faster, all right?
Okay.
485.
485 horsepower.
Yeah.
Just 2001. And the 550 Maranello, I'm pretty sure hit 200 miles per hour with 485 horsepower. Like it's sleek, it's long hooded, like, I don't know. I have a friend that had a 550, said it was the worst car he's ever had. I strongly disagree with you, Mark. This car is awesome. He's like, it's floaty in the turns. I'm like, it's a 2001 with a front engine V12.
It's floaty, but it's like almost comfortable.
It's like soft. Yeah, like
nice.
it's soft. Like I could drive this car all day, every day. It's very, very comfortable. Like the seats great. These are like the Daytona sport seats, you know? They're not even like the standard Daytonas. And I mean, they hug me great. Maybe it's because I'm 38 pounds down. Thank you, Manjaro and Ozempic. What? 38 pounds down.
Ask your doctor about once weekly Manjaro.
Only 65 more to go. My goal is to be 140 pounds, like Tace, all right?
Whoa, that's a bit of an insult. I'm a proud 185.
Or like Stradman. Stradman's, he's thin. He's a thin dude. He's 6'3", 185? Yeah. See, I gotta get down to Tace's fighting weight.
And then we can brawl.
And then we can fight. We're gonna fight it out. Tace will injure me because I'm so old. See if you can get the click. Okay, ready?
Yeah, ready.
Do you hear that? Here, watch. I'm gonna downshift again. Like that gated shifter noise, dude. Like just the feeling and the noise. I don't know. I know everyone's buying all these new super fast cars, and this Barchetta is like a $500,000 car, so it ain't cheap. But you cannot replicate the feel and sound of a Ferrari gated 6-speed car. Tace, what are we doing? What are we doing right now, Tace?
You know what? We put this on the back of the 550 and it fell off probably 5 miles ago. Look at that, it's still in one piece.
Yay! Do a little pull up the hill. Let's go in a second. Ready? It wouldn't go. But it full means. There you go. I did it that time. You kind of get caught like in between second and third on full tilt. Like you just gotta like purposely move that over, whereas most manual transmissions just kind of fall into place, you know? There are questions that you just don't ask when you buy a 2001 Ferrari 550 Barchetta. One of those questions is, what is the sound system? You know, how good does it sound? Well, let me tell you. Listen, it sucks and no one cares, okay? Like the sound system in a 2001 Ferrari 550 Barchetta is not a consideration for anyone buying a 550 Barchetta. You know what the consideration is? This is a 5th or 6th or 7th car that you buy because it's a limited edition Ferrari with a manual transmission and a top that basically doesn't work. So you're only gonna be driving it in good weather, and I don't even care about the sound system. I will keep this off 100% of the time because I am one with nature. I am experiencing the sound of a front engine V12, rear exhaust that sounds amazing, and a stick shift, and I'm just out to drive and feel connected to the road. This is not my first Ferrari V12. In fact, I think the GTC4 Lusso was my first Ferrari V12. Ferrari has a very storied history of front-engine V12 cars. You think about the 250 GTO, the Ferrari Testarossa, the Ferrari 550 Barchetta. This fits that mold really, really well for Ferrari. It is unbelievably phenomenal. And I am very thankful to have this car in the garage. So follow us as we continue to put some miles on this 550 Barchetta. As you guys know, none of my cars sit. This car will be driven. We will put miles on it. Yes, it is a collector, but it's gonna be a collector that gets driven. We have probably the most powerful car that Supercar Ron and Rhonda have ever owned, okay? It is coming from a highly esteemed collection out of Arizona. I believe it put down 1,350 rear wheel horsepower. It is also a manual transmission. Stay tuned. I don't understand. Like, we haven't seen a car. Hey, how are you? We haven't seen a car or anyone for like a full hour. And now it's like the world's busiest, canyon. Stay tuned for this unbelievable addition to my garage. I have never owned one of these in my life. And I've actually never been a JDM guy until now.